Have you ever gone to a restaurant and were highly impressed? Have you ever gone to one and were highly disappointed? With either experience, you may have gone onto Google or Yelp and left a review of that restaurant. These reviews can make or break a restaurant. Negative reviews can drastically reduce business, while positive ones can boost it tremendously. Reviews allow potential customers to see what kind of experience they will receive and whether or not they think going to that restaurant will be worth their time and money. The idea of West Wolf Consulting began when the founder was out at a five-star steakhouse with his wife one evening and started to notice all of the mistakes and inconsistencies within the restaurant. He decided then and there that restaurants like that one needed his help. The name West Wolf Consulting came from the idea that a wolf is part of a pack and the pack cannot survive without several wolves. Just like this, a team cannot thrive without all the different team members helping to succeed. West Wolf Consulting has been leading the restaurant review industry now for 20 years. At West Wolf Consulting, our mission is to help revolutionize the steakhouse restaurant industry. We are the liaison between the customers and restaurants and can effectively communicate to both parties. We meet regularly with clients once a week via Google Meets. We also communicate using Microsoft Teams for quick updates and use email for more detailed updates. For now, we will continue to help restaurants within the Southeast region, but plan to expand to the entire country later this year. With the advice we give, West Wolf Consulting can boost steakhouse restaurants' ratings significantly. Honesty and openness are what allow us to be able to succeed with helping others. We believe that all restaurants are capable of improvement and can fully gain back their clientele with the help of our recommendations. Hi, my name is Jodi Hubbard, and I am a consultant for the company West Wolf Consulting. I have previously worked for several steakhouses, as well as managed one myself. I am now the owner of one and can see the different points of views from customers, employees, managers, and owners. My knowledge of the steakhouse industry, inside and out, is what sets West Wolf Consulting apart from its competitors. My experience of 10 years and thorough knowledge of the steakhouse restaurant industry will benefit any steakhouse that would like to see their profitability and customer base maximized to the fullest potential. There are many reasons why restaurants may need to pursue better communication strategies. Things are not the same as they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or even 1 year ago. Many policies and procedures that were created years ago are not up to the industry standards anymore. Besides just catching up to the industry standards, you want to also be ahead of the curve. By going above and beyond for customers, restaurants can maximize their clientele, profitability, and reviews. Restaurant reviews have a significant impact on every restaurant. From reviews on Yelp, Google, Facebook, and others, 65% of potential customers look at online reviews before deciding whether or not to go out to a specific restaurant. That is almost two-thirds of your potential customers are looking at what past customers' experiences have been. Improving aspects of the restaurant and creating an atmosphere unlike any other will ensure that those reviews remain positive and keep business booming. The restaurant I have reviewed is Texas Roadhouse, which is an American steakhouse. Texas Roadhouse was created 28 years ago and serves a variety of dishes including steaks, ribs, salads, chicken, fish, hamburgers, sandwiches, and desserts. They are known for their hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made from scratch sides, and fresh baked bread. When you walk into a Texas Roadhouse, there are several hand-cut steaks in a glass case that you can choose from if you'd prefer to hand-select your steak. Most Texas Roadhouse locations average around 5,000 guests per week, which is one of the highest in the country. The location that I will be focusing on is the one in Douglasville, Georgia. Some competitors of Texas Roadhouse include Longhorn Steakhouse and Outback Steakhouse. All three of these restaurants are American steakhouse chains, but they also have their differences. While all three restaurants include free bread and butter, Texas Roadhouse also includes unlimited peanuts just in case the rest of your meal doesn't fill you up. Longhorns is known for having the best food compared to the other two restaurants, but Texas Roadhouse is known for having the best service. When it comes to alcoholic drinks, Outback is not up to par with Longhorns or Texas Roadhouse. Price-wise, Texas Roadhouse has the best bang for their buck compared to the other two. Longhorns and Outback tend to be more expensive and not as satisfactory to customers for the overall experience compared to Texas Roadhouse. We will now take a closer look at the strengths and weaknesses of Texas Roadhouse. There are several strengths to this restaurant in Douglasville, Georgia. One positive review, written by Glenda B. on April 10, 2021, states that the server brought us the best dang warm yeast rolls. She then continues to add, I think we inhaled them. Yes, they were warm, soft, and moist. The rolls are memorable at Texas Roadhouse. Many people know going into the restaurant that they will devour the rolls upon them being placed on the table. Another strength is that the steaks are cooked to perfection and have very little waste on them. Texas Roadhouse prides itself with the various cuts of steak and provides them to each customer, nothing short of excellent when it comes to how the customer would like it cooked. A steakhouse is not complete without some juicy steaks. In addition to the food, Shannon Roberts wrote a review 2 weeks ago on Google Reviews, stating that the service was outstanding and they were very accommodating of my autistic daughter's need for separation of food items and cooking wants. This explains how the restaurant can go above and beyond to ensure that each customer receives the experience that they expect. Although there are strengths, there are also weaknesses to this restaurant. One weakness found at this location is that the bathrooms are not always clean. Customers complain of the sink not draining and the soap dispenser being empty. It is crucial to a restaurant for the bathroom to be clean, since many customers associate cleanliness of the bathrooms with the food itself. Another weakness that could be improved upon is the carryout service. Russ Rampey wrote a Google review 1 week ago that states, probably a better experience if you go in and sit down, was not too impressed with the carryout. With a place like this, it is almost the inside atmosphere that makes it more. This customer is explaining that the ambiance of the restaurant is what would set it apart versus regular carryout. To add on, other customers state that some of the menu items run out. This includes bourbon, croutons for salads, and ribs, among other items. When customers come into a restaurant expecting everything to be in stock, it can be very disappointing for them to find out after they've sat down and ordered that they will not be provided with everything they had hoped for. The strengths of Texas Roadhouse show that this restaurant has a great reputation. However, the weaknesses show that there is room for improvement in order to maximize the clientele. As for the steaks themselves, Texas Roadhouse is the leading restaurant compared to its competitors. They are also in the lead in service, but could use some help when it comes to cleanliness and making sure that items are in stock. Overall, most people prefer Texas Roadhouse compared to their competitors, but this can always change if standards are not maintained. There are many opportunities that Texas Roadhouse has available. Because they have been around for 28 years now, most customers are those that have been coming to dine for years. There is a loyal customer base that already exists for this restaurant. However, more patrons will choose to eat here if the restaurant hosts discount nights. An example of this would be 10% off to college students on Thursday nights or 10% off to educators on Friday nights. This will be a great incentive for people to eat at this establishment. Another opportunity is that more people can be served more quickly if adequate staffing is available each day. This will also ensure that the staff does not get overloaded or burn out from working too much, since the work would be divided up more evenly. In addition to adequate staffing, the servers should train for 2 full weeks. After the end of the 2 weeks, a menu test should be given to ensure that the servers know the menu from start to finish. This will increase efficiency when answering customers' questions since the answers would be known offhand rather than trying to find the answer by looking through the menu or by asking a coworker. Every restaurant comes with its own threats that may lead others to go to alternative restaurants if not careful. Other restaurants similar to Texas Roadhouse do not typically run out of menu items. If Texas Roadhouse continues to run out of popular menu items, customers may decide to go elsewhere where they can depend on the establishment to order and stock enough items. By the restrooms not always being clean, customers may decide to leave. If a customer uses the restroom before being seated and it is not up to their expectations, they may associate that with the lack of cleanliness for the restaurant as a whole and decide to eat elsewhere. Compared to Outback Steakhouse and Longhorn's, Texas Roadhouse has not been around as long as these two have. Outback has been in the steakhouse business for 33 years, and Longhorn's has been around for about 40 years. This gives these two restaurants an advantage against Texas Roadhouse unless Texas Roadhouse outshines them in other aspects. Shown here is the SWOT analysis that was just described. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This chart will allow restaurant owners and managers to quickly glance and refer to what is already working to their advantage and what needs to be improved upon. In conclusion, managing restaurant reviews is vital to the progression of the restaurant. By reading suggestions that customers make and acting upon those suggestions, you are much more likely for that customer to come back and for others to notice that you care about what the customer has to say. Restaurant reviews should be looked at and responded to by managers or owners at least once a week. The recommendations given regarding Texas Roadhouse are a step towards greater customer satisfaction. You can strengthen your position against your competitors by taking our advice and acting upon the guidance given. I have enjoyed having the opportunity to help you manage your reviews and provide recommendations to assist you in the improvement and maintenance of Texas Roadhouse's image, communication, and customer service. You may contact West Wolf Consulting for further details by emailing us at info@westwolfconsulting.com or by calling us at 1-888-754-2890. You may also view our website by going to www.westwolfconsulting.com. The takeaway item that we have provided for you today is a keychain with the West Wolf Consulting wolf on it. The wolf is wearing a shirt with our logo on it to remind you of who we are and what all we can do for your business. You may reach out to us anytime. When you are ready, we will take your restaurant to new heights and help you soar to your fullest potential. Thank you for your time and let us know if we can be of any further assistance. We've got your back.